if you're going to be preparing your eggs the night before you're going to boil them, she said to turn the carton upside down so that way the yolk can
Right.
go more towards the middle, and
Huh.
that because when they're sitting, the yolk settles, so it will settle more towards the bottom of the egg. So if you flip it, it will start to shift more towards the middle. So then when you your deviled eggs, it's more in the middle than off the sides. So
Interesting.
I thought that was a really cool. I never heard of that
Yeah.
before.
Joining us again for another episode. We are excited to bring you an episode, continuation of Get Ready for the Holiday Season. Today, we are going to talk about brands and tips on decorating, how to hang your decorations, stuff that we've used that worked really well for us. Also, like talk about batteries and smart plugs and just how to make things easier for us as the consumer. Hopefully y'all can use the same tips, and if they work for you, great. If not, I'm sure those other ones that you guys probably already know of and that we're unaware. So please do not hesitate to share and comment those tips as well. So today we're going to start off. I wanted to say, just go off by um, items that we use to help us for decorating. Lisa and I are both big fans of the Command sticky
Yep.
hooks.
All of the Command products, really.
Those work really well. And you know what my wife uses too? She uses the suction cups. Like if you're gonna hang like a wreath on the
And the
glass door
glass.
or windows, yeah,
Yeah.
those to work really
Those work
well.
great. There's also, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever when you're listening, by the way. Um, they have ones for the window that have a little spot for you to hook in the light. So if you do like
Mm,
a border around
mhm.
your windows, which we do on all of our front windows, they have those that you can also do, which are super helpful instead of taping each light to be facing the way you want. So those
Okay.
command strips or command hooks. They're not exactly a hook, but they're kind of like a hook that are super, super helpful for that.
Never seen those, or not that I really went out looking for them, but I didn't know they had something like that. So that's a cool tip. Thanks for
In,
sharing that.
I know at least in Home Depot, in the holiday section, there is a section that has, the different things to hang stuff. So, like the command strip, those hook things are usually in that section
Right,
also, and like the suction cup ones and the strip ones, the Velcro ones, a lot of that stuff they do put in the holiday section just to make it like a one-stop shop easier than
right.
but they also have those kind of, sticky stuff in the hardware section as well. But, yeah, it's definitely helpful to use those, make your life a lot easier than
Yeah,
be struggling.
I can't stand it when you go to a store and like, you're looking for, um, I don't know, for something, whatever the item is, and it should be like with the Christmas stuff, and then but you gotta go all the way to like plumbing or lumber to go look for something, or even a grocery store when you're looking for. Kim was looking for my wife was looking for a additive or whatever to make jello or jelly,
Mhm.
right? And it was with the canning stuff instead of being like with the um,
Like the Jello boxes or
yeah, like the
jams,
jello
yeah.
jams and stuff. Instead of being over there, it was with like the canning jar empty thing. I'm like that. It drives me nuts when people do that. It's like if you go look for spaghetti, you're gonna go make spaghetti. Wouldn't it be nice to have all the spaghetti stuff together?
Yeah, definitely.
You
Well,
got a
at least
pasta
they
aisle, you
know,
got a
like
sauce aisle, you got a mushroom aisle. It's like, what the heck?
everything, yeah. Well, at least I know, like, yeah, in Home Depot and, like, even Target, Walmart, they seem to have some of the things that go together. So I have,
Right.
like, timers or, like, extension cords. Those are all kind of in that same area as
Right.
well. So
Yeah.
those
So
are
there's
definitely helpful.
yeah, yeah. That does definitely helps. Also the uh, um hanging your we do our Christmas tree is like we put, like, a cord that's got different receptacles through that cord down the
Mm,
center, like, down the spine or the
yeah,
main, so we can just plug our lights onto that, and then it has one lead that comes out instead of having 5 different light cords coming out, you know?
yeah, yeah, that's
And then
a
we use the smart plugs.
yes, those are is life those are s like, where did we do without those? I mean, I know we had to just plug them in and out,
Right.
but yeah, those smart things are so nice. They have the timers that or a switch that you could just switch it on and off,
Mhm.
set it to whatever time that you want it to go on and come off. Like, yeah, we definitely have those for our Halloween decorations actually right now. The outside ones, they're on a timer and it's fantastic.
Yeah, you don't have to go out right now, it's not that cold, I guess, in
No,
most of
but
the part of the country.
right.
Yeah, so those are nice. We started using those. You don't have to go outside in the snow and rain or yuckiness, whatever. So that's kind of nice. Or take a chance of, if you have to go downstairs, a couple of stairs to get to the plug outside for your decorations. I mean, you don't know if it's rained or misted out overnight and then it freezes and then you go out, you take a tumble. So now with those timer smart plugs, it's just, hey, Yoo-hoo, whatever your smart controller device you use, you tell it to turn it off, so that's kinda nice.
Right, yeah, it's a lot easier, and, like, yeah, if it snowed or something and then you don't want the blow-ups to go up, you could just turn your timer off and,
Mhm.
before so it doesn't ruin them. So, yeah, it's definitely a helpful tool. So, it's not that expensive either to get those
Yeah, especially if you catch them, like, on, Black Friday or Cyber
sales.
Monday, yeah, those
Mhm.
that's what I
Yeah.
usually do, I usually
Usually that yeah, around then is when they have those sales for those smart plugs anyway. I remember last year there was a bunch on Amazon and for the Cyber Monday of the all different kinds of plugs for those. So try and catch those if you can.
Is there any other brands that I mean, you're more into that stuff, so, the like, really go crazy on decorating, so you probably have more of an idea of other brands, to use, or where are other places that you can find, a lot of these assistant decorating tools?
Like I said, like Walmart, Target, Home Depot, like any of those really have and it doesn't need to be like I mean, I do use the command brand to help hang up stuff, but as far as like lights and those kind of things, it doesn't necessarily need to be the most expensive brand either. Like outside, I currently have Walmart brand lights for Halloween, and they light up just fine. And actually, I like the purple color that they have better than some of the other stores. So it doesn't really I haven't found that it matters too much, but if you do want your things to stay up, like, held up, the command strips are or command tools are basically the best ones. We do have, I think it's the Home Depot brand actually too, that has, like, gutter lights, so you could gutter hooks, so you just stick them on your gutter, and then the lights you can hang from there, and those work really well, and you take them off, take them on. Some people even leave them up the gutter things all year. We take them off and put them on, and those are really helpful too, but like I said, that's the Home Depot brand, so it's not necessarily like you need to go and get, like, the most expensive, uh, lighting tools I
Right.
found.
Yeah, those, gutter hooks are pretty nice. We usually take them off, after we're done using them. So you
Mhm.
leave them out there throughout the year, they just dry rot, and then when you go out there
They'll
using that next
crack.
yeah, they break, so it's like,
Yeah.
just quit doing that.
Yeah, we usually
The
take them down when we take our lights down too, but
Right. My father-in-law actually back in the day went put, little hooks underneath the eave
Mm,
into the wooding or siding, whatever.
yeah.
So it was just a man he used a, long, like a, broomstick
Mhm.
with the hook on it, and he would put the light on it and then go up and then put it in the hook in the eave and just do it that way. So they were permanently on there and they didn't deteriorate or any of
Right.
that stuff. Those I was like, "That's pretty smart." He's a smart guy.
We
Really.
actually have something like that on our porch too. There's, like, plant hooks. There's some
Mhm.
little ones and some the screw-in ones,
Yeah, little
and so
teacups.
I use those. I have, witch hats hanging on them currently, and then when we switch out to the Christmas decorations, I use those little hooks also for, Christmas lights. So, yeah, those are permanently in there as well too, and those are super helpful
For
to
sure,
keep
for
them
sure.
up. So, yeah, we use those, but, um, also you I something you always wanna make sure you do is check the lights before you hang them up.
Yes, I was gonna speak
Because
on that.
that,
It's annoying.
the worst thing is to go and hang up, like, on the gutter, all your lights, and then you plug them in, and it's like, wait, what happened? They're not working?" So make sure you always make sure to do that because that would be a real pain.
I try to plug them in as I'm putting them in.
Mhm.
Uh, um, obviously I check them before, but then I'll go ahead and plug it in as I'm hanging them in case they go out or something crazy.
In between, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
and a lot of the Christmas, stuff that we're just talking about, the suction hooks and all that stuff like that, even, light bulb checker tool, you
Oh,
can
yeah, I've
find
seen those.
yeah, you can find all this stuff on Amazon, Target, Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace, and even CVS. Who would have thought of that?
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, so you can check it all those locations. And also, since we're talking about brand stuff, let's talk about batteries because during the
Mm,
holidays we use a lot of batteries, you know.
totally.
Yeah, so I have done some intensive research on batteries, and as a consumer, we use all kinds of different batteries, but also in our vehicles. So that's where this whole rabbit hole started. So, Costco actually for their like double A's and 9-volt batteries and all our consumable batteries,
Mhm.
um, they actually so if you see the Costco batteries right underneath it or right next to it's gonna be like right around the Costco brand ones, right? Whatever, and it's mostly gonna be the ones underneath it most of the time. So if there's a main name brand
Right.
and the Costco one or Sam's whatever is gonna be on top, right? So the one underneath is just gonna be the one that makes it for that company. That's what I just found out.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
yeah, so, Duracell actually makes the ones for Costco. So that was kind of a interesting factor that I thought I would share
Yeah, that is
because batteries are
interesting.
expensive, you know?
God, yeah. Like, yeah,
So
especially we use so much batteries for Jackson's toys because there's so many
right.
oh, the cars, require them. So we've actually, started using the Home Depot brand of batteries, and those have worked great. Those have they're much cheaper, obviously, too, and we haven't had any issues, like, of them running out faster or anything like that. So, again, I mean, I don't know about who makes those brand, but, it works really well, the Home Depot brand. I'm sure it's another company, a big
But
company
yeah,
too.
I'm pretty sure it is. So that's you don't always have to go and buy the actual name brand. Um, I do believe most of the time though, buying the name brand is probably a better bet. But if like batteries and stuff like that, where it's not as critical,
Right.
and a good manufacturer makes it, then it's why not save a buck,
Yeah, I
you know?
think it depends on the product of what you're buying, depending if you wanna buy something that's a better quality, yes, it might be more expensive, but some of them might not be, so it just depends on maybe just do your research on whatever products that you're gonna be purchasing, if it's really worth getting the more expensive one or not.
Well, even with food.
Mhm.
You don't have to buy necessarily the name brand one because most of the time somebody else is making the product for that supermarket or whatever store it is. So
Yeah,
it kind
that's
of makes
true.
save some bucks there. And like a holidays, like yeah, you want to, when you're having a gathering or whatever, you want to, or any kind of gathering doesn't really have to be a holiday, but um, it's you want your product to turn out good
Right.
that you make, but sometimes you can skimp on, the name brand of the pepper you use or whatever,
Or
so
yeah, cream cheese. I don't know. I go through so much cream cheese during the holiday season, whether it's to make dips or side dishes or desserts. And the Philadelphia cream cheese, yeah, it's delicious, but yeah, that's expensive for one pack. And I probably go through like six at least. Sometimes
Mhm.
it's crazy. So yeah, definitely gotten the cheaper brands, and it didn't make any difference at all. Like, it still tasted the exact same. The only difference would be is if you got low fat instead of, like,
Right.
regular or fat-free or whatever those kind, then, yes, it would taste different, but any of the other brands, no, and especially a lot of times they have sales before Thanksgiving, that they'll have the sales start going, so I will grab a couple extra, so I'll have it ready for whenever I need them, 'cause they have a lot of sales on the canned goods and boxed goods that you might be needing for baking or cooking in general, and I'll stock up then, so I'm not running to the store last minute on, day before Thanksgiving, day before whatever kind of holiday that we're celebrating. "Oh, wait, I needed a can of this. I have to go out to the store and now pay, 2 times more because I, didn't take advantage of the sales." So, just try and check those out too before, because they're everywhere, whether it's, canned goods, beer, alcohol, that always goes on sale too. So, try and check those if you can.
Yeah.
Save some bucks here and there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're talking about, uh, 50 cents, 2, $3 per item, but if you really think about it in the long scheme of things, at the end of the year, those couple dollars you save, you can use that extra 1,000 bucks, whatever it is, 500 to take your family out for a nice dinner or use it for a vacation or a weekend getaway. So it to me it makes sense to save where you can
Right.
to be able to do stuff like that. So
Totally.
it's a good thing to do. Also, decorations, your outside decorations, whether you're going to be hanging stuff or just putting stuff on windows or bushes, whatever the case is. Sometimes you have to, and I'll say that I keep on reiterating the same thing about the ladder stuff, the ladder safety.
Mhm.
Lisa said it a couple times before is make sure you have a buddy. If you don't, make sure you at least have your Apple Watch or whatever with you, in
Yeah.
case that if you're cooking outside, if you're deep frying a turkey or whatever the case is, make sure you have like a fire extinguisher or have somebody around you in case you get hurt, that can dial 911. Um, and no matter how little the accident is or somebody gets hurt, um, if you need to, call 911 and get the help because, somebody just twisting the wrong way can paralyze that person. So just, use your noggin
Mhm.
for safetiness.
Right.
Um, remember that people, the EMT, unfortunately, they have to still work during the holidays.
Mhm.
So, thanks to them that they're there for us and they are spending time away from their family to help us out. So, kind of thank them if you see them as
Yes,
well.
definitely.
Um, I think we need to get into the fun part. Let's get into the cooking.
I was gonna say, yeah, maybe you should talk about how your turkeys and your deep
Oh,
frying and all of that, what kind of stuff that you do with your cooking, or if you have any tips on
yeah.
that.
So, to be honest with y'all, if I have to cook in the house, I'm probably gonna burn it. Okay. I'm horrible at cooking in the house. Whether it be a gas or electric, whatever, I'm horrible at it. I mean, I can honestly burn popcorn pretty easy, so in the microwave.
Oh, gross.
So, yeah, so I usually do the turkey or ham for Thanksgiving or Christmas. And the the turkey is relatively really simple. If you're gonna put on a smoker or even on the charcoal grill, you offset your coals away from the turkey. I spatchcock it, which means the breastbone, you cut it and open it up, and then I take the skin, I peel it away from the meat, and I shove butter in there, usually a quarter-inch slices. So I do that, and then I put whatever seasonings I like. I like using my wife and I, we make our own rubs for our smoking stuff. But a really good brand that's out at the market is called Wild Hogs, and they're really good. So you can just pick which one you want. They have a poultry one which works out really good. They have a Cajun one. They have all different flavors. Um, and then uh, put it in the smoker, whether it be a pellet or a wood smoker. You put it in there and lay it down. No sheet pan, nothing, just the bird on top of the grates. And you set your timer. Off the top of my head, I cannot remember what the times are to cook, but it's literally like half the amount of time of putting it in your
In the
oven.
oven.
Yeah.
Right.
And it comes out so juicy, so freaking juicy. Now, going into the deep frying, I used to deep fry them in the oil, and then I went to the oilless deep fryer.
Mhm.
That's really good because you don't have the expense of the oil. Now, if you
Right.
do it in the oil, just be really careful because when you fill the oil up and it heats up, and then you put the bird in there, it actually moves the oil up.
Up.
It splashes
Right.
over or runs over, and then it catches on fire, and then you're calling.
That's when there's problems, yeah.
Exactly. So, the the rule of thumb, the best way to do it, to know how much approximately, we're pretty close, how much oil to use is fill up your pot with water, put your turkey in there, and you'll see how much it rises, how much the
Oh,
water
okay.
rises. Okay. And I would put less oil because it's gonna, as you heat it up, it's gonna expand. So,
Anyway, correct.
and it's gonna bubble and this and that. So just do less. I usually go about that much less. So do that. And then to prepare the turkey to go in the fryer, if you do oil or oilless, same thing. Get the bird, pull the skin off, start tucking butter all the way through it. Do that. Let it sit for a little bit. Put it back in the fridge. And then let me rewind this. Before I um put the butter on, usually early that morning or the night before, I'll inject it. I'll get the Tony Cratcher say, or however, I don't know how you say that, but I usually get that season. It's already mixed up for you and it gives you a syringe, and you suck up the
Just
liquid
inject
in the
it.
syringe and you just inject it all over, mostly in the breast because that's going to be the part where it's going to get the driest, right?
Right.
Um, and just inject it just throughout the whole thing, wings, thighs, legs, the chest, a little bit in the back. And then a couple hours before, or even an hour or whatever, before you're going to put it in the fryer or oilless fryer, you get to put the butter in there and let it sit on the counter for a half hour, 45 minutes. Let it, how do you say, get more of, not really so much room temperature, but let it get a little bit warmer and
Warmer,
then put
not
it in
so
there.
cold. Right.
Yeah. And it takes it also, you take the chance of not having liquids on it, because when you put liquids in oil, you know what happens. It's not
Right.
good. So it gives that, and just kind of pat it dry. You can, after you do that, do your little seasoning on it and let it go. And that's really usually quick. It's usually about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on the size of your turkey. And that's really why I don't try to remember the times, because it doesn't really, I don't ever cook by the time. I always cook by the temperature of the actual meat product. It's just safer.
Yeah, I would say you definitely wanna make sure it's the right temperature.
Yeah. So and do that. So that's kind of my thing that I do
Right.
for the holiday. That's my little chore. So I'll do that. And then I guess, let me see, deviled eggs, right? Or
Yes.
even hard boiled eggs. I love them throughout the
I
years.
yeah, so I love a good hard-boiled egg, but yeah, deviled eggs is a popular, um, appetizer for the holidays. Not one of my favorite, but I could, definitely pass on those, but I know a lot of people love them, so I know there was a cool tip that, Kim shared with us, and I think she said if you're gonna be preparing your eggs the night before you're gonna boil them, she said to turn the carton upside down, so that way the yolk can go more towards the middle, and
Huh.
that because when they're sitting, the yolk settles, so it will settle more towards the bottom of the egg. So if you flip it, it will start to shift more towards the middle, so then when you your deviled eggs, it's more in the middle than off the sides. I thought
Interesting.
I thought that was a really cool I never heard of that
Yeah.
before until she mentioned it, and I said, "That's a really cool tip. I would have never thought to do that."
How many turkeys in a year do you think are consumed for Thanksgiving?
Oh god. Millions? I don't know.
46 million turkeys are eaten for Thanksgiving every year. 46 million turkeys.
That's insane. Poor turkeys.
Is that not crazy?
Poor guys.
Yeah. And then just gonna share a little recipe here. Let me get this ready here. Share a little recipe for hard-boiled eggs, how what my wife does. And I think she shared this with you as well, didn't she?
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'm going to read this just the way I have it written out here. Add a week old eggs to a pot, cover with cold water, and cap full of apple cider vinegar. Place on a heat source and boil for 10 minutes. Remove from heat source, cover with lid. Let it sit for 10 minutes. Drain water and shake eggs gently to crack the shells. Put the cooked eggs on an ice bath for 2 minutes. Then you're ready to peel your eggs. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, 'cause a lot of the times the shells, they stay on the egg, and then when you're peeling it, then half of the egg comes off, but I found, yeah, the vinegar does help, or, a little bit of baking soda also helps. I put it in the water when I boil my eggs, and that also helps take the shell off. So, so that way you have full eggs, not just, chunked eggs.
Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. Um, and also like for um ingredients food wise, all the major stores are gonna have big sales on stuff, probably start in the next couple of weeks if they haven't started already, which I'm sure they have. Start gathering your stuff up a little bit at a time, especially if you know you're going to have a gathering. I read somewhere that every year the average gathering cost for holiday gatherings costs about $7 to $1,000 for an
Jeez.
yeah. So if you can spread that out, I mean, yeah, the money still comes out of the same pot, but some people don't have that money just sitting
At
there.
one time, yeah.
Yeah, so and I like to spread my load across. So if you can start gathering a couple things here and there, and when it's time, you already got everything, and it's not such a big burden at one time. So
Right, totally. Yeah, if you know you're gonna be making, green bean casserole or, corn or something, those particular products, which ones you're gonna be using, you can get them ahead of time and just have them on the side, and then you won't have to go last minute like everybody else at the store and then be dealing with a whole bunch of people that have waited last minute and hope that there's enough products for everybody as well. So, yeah, I think after Halloween, honestly, is when they start to have some sales on like the canned good stuff and some of the box stuff if you wanted to use those. I know those have a lot more preservatives, but sometimes just makes it easier for the recipes to get those things. But I do know I have noticed I use block cheese instead of shredded cheese. So the shredded cheese doesn't seem to melt as well because they have a starchy coating on it to help them like preserve it basically to keep it longer. So it doesn't melt as well. So if you shred your own cheese, yes, it's a pain, especially if you do have to do like, a big amount, but it melts a lot better and it's a lot creamier, I've noticed in some of my dishes that I've had. So that is and to be honest, the blocks are not that much more expensive than a whole package of the cheese.
but they actually have a thing that you put your cheese in and kinda grates it,
That's
so it makes
exactly
it
what I have.
yeah.
I have a KitchenAid also, and it does have an attachment too. So there's
Oh,
many
okay.
different kinds of ways you can
Yeah.
shred it, but yeah, it
Or the
definitely makes sense.
old-fashioned way with the grater up and down, right?
That yeah, I have that one too. That one takes a long time, but hey, you get a little muscle while you're shredding, I guess.
Right? Be careful using it too, 'cause it can shred off knuckles.
Yeah, you don't want any knuckle skin tasting in your food.
Yeah. Yeah, and the other thing too is, during, or any time of the year, but for you wanna save a couple extra bucks too, is sign up for the whatever store rewards. We've got Kroger's here in the Nashville area. You guys got what, Jewels, right?
Jewel, Meyer,
Yeah.
Walmart, yeah, all those
So you
different
can
kinds.
sign up for the rewards and, usually they have a sale, like, if you have a rewards thing with them, it'll be a couple dollars less, or whatever the case, a couple cents, whatever it is, but again, we're saving a couple bucks at the end of the by the end of the year, so it makes sense. And it doesn't really take you much time. You get your little reward thing, you put it on your email address or your name or phone number, whatever the case is, and you submit it, and then you're done. And a lot of like Kroger's, we get, I'm sure you probably get it with Jules too, or the others, or other stores, not even just the ones we have,
Mhm.
but we get also gas rewards for it too, so we can
Oh,
use.
yeah. That's nice
So,
benefit as well.
especially if you're going to travel, and we don't really hardly use our Kroger one. But, if you're getting to travel and go out of town, why not use it? Go ahead and empty out your account and get the $1.50 or $1.80, whatever it is, deduction on the gas
Totally,
per
yeah.
gallon, so use that up. So,
Yeah, use it
instead of use, yeah,
wherever it counts, whether it's for the food or gas, definitely.
yeah. And we do that with like, the Mapco or other gas stations, where we get a notification to go to the gas station on certain days. I think Mapco's is Sunday and Thursday. We get anywhere from 3 cents to 15, 20 cents sometimes per gallon off. So we'll do that as well. So yeah, sign up for the rewards and save a couple bucks. And, that'll help you budget your holiday expenses. So do that. And,
There
um,
was another, well, baking kind of tip I had.
oh yeah,
So if you're gonna be baking cookies, and usually for when you bake or when you're mixing in the dough and stuff to make cookies, you are using melted butter. So you want to chill your dough before it goes into the oven. So you could even roll out the little dough balls and have them on a pan and put it in the fridge for 10 minutes just to help the butter go back from being melted. Because when they go into the oven and it's melted stew, they expand more, so they're not as puffy. Same with the cutout cookies. We do those sugar cookie cutouts. So, we'll do Christmas ones, stars, Santa, all different ones, and when we cut them out and then you put them directly into the oven, Santa might not look like Santa anymore because the butter in that is warm and goes into a hot oven, they expand, so they just look like a bunch of blobs, like
it gets a little fluffy, huh?
a small star becomes this huge star that it's all mushed together, and so if you cut them out and put them in the fridge for a little while, the butter starts to cool, so it doesn't expand as much. I kinda have to play around with the timing, because last year we did it and it helped significantly. The shapes still stayed in their shapes. They got a little bit bigger, but you could tell what were the cutout cookies and what weren't. So that was something that was pretty helpful that, Kim shared with me last year for the cookies.
You guys are always sharing tips back and forth, which is really neat. I like that.
Mhm. The more
It's
you
nice
know.
to, yeah, right? Share
Mhm.
them out. So,
Might as well.
yeah. The other one I want to get into is traveling tips. How can
Mhm.
you save the travel? We just talked about the gas reward thing. So that's one way to save on your travel. Other is for flights. If you're going to fly somewhere, um, don't be committed just to one brand unless you are getting like tons of reward points off from that one brand. Makes sense to do it then. You can use your credit card points is what we do. We haven't bought airline tickets in probably 12, 13 years. By it's probably longer than that, actually. We just use our reward points to fly. So do
Yeah.
that. So that's one way to save. The other way to save is to go on Google Flights, Kayak, Skyscanner. You can look for flights on there. Also, I heard, I don't know, I haven't tried this myself. So I'm going to give you a tip, something that I heard this morning. Um, take it as a grain of salt because I haven't tried it. So I don't know 100%. I heard that if you want to fly, just like if you want to fly to London, you ask AI, like Google AI or ChatGPT, whatever one of those. Tell it that, hey, I want to fly from Nashville or to London, and I don't mind layovers. Just most inexpensive flight, and so a flight from Nashville to London, let's just say it's $500, and they're saying that it might find a route that's gonna cost you $250. So, you know,
Nice.
yeah. So I was like, well, that's kind of neat. So that was pretty nice. So I figured I'd share that. But yeah, look at the different brands out there and use whatever tools we have all available to us to get the cheapest travel to. Because you go on travel, right? And you go for the holidays. Not say it all the time, but when you have a family and it's, husband, wife, or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case is, and you got kids. So you're talking, two, three, four, five tickets.
Exactly.
And
And it
I'm,
adds up real quick. And then that's not
yeah,
even the bags and then the taxes of it. And, a ticket might be, it sounds great. It might be $80, but by time it's all done, it's, $150 for one person. So yeah, times that by however many people you have in your family. It's definitely expensive to travel. So I know I used to think that on certain days, if you would look for flights, it would be a little bit cheaper. I know dad usually goes like Tuesday to Tuesday, and he usually seems that the flights on those days are cheaper when he goes to places. But I don't know if it's true if there's a certain day that if you book your flight, it's a cheaper in general. Have you had any experience with that? I don't know.
yeah. So I usually do Wednesday to Wednesdays.
Mhm.
Um, and back in the day when I traveled a lot for work, um, the reason why, from what I've heard and read, is the reason why it's cheaper to fly on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is because the majority of traveling that's done during a week throughout the year is Mondays and Fridays. People are traveling for business. So they usually travel out Monday, travel back on Friday.
Cool, you're right, makes
So
sense.
that's usually why. So I usually try to do Wednesday to Wednesday. It kind of breaks up in that. And I do that for another reason too, is when you're working, you're going to work Monday and Tuesday and you leave Wednesday to go on vacation, right? So you fly all the way back, you come back on Wednesday, then you go to work Thursday and Friday. So it's kind of like it really
Right,
extends your
or your
vacation.
extends your vacation a little
Yeah.
bit. It's like, "Oh, okay, I gotta go back just for 2 days, and then I'm okay."
Yeah. I'm one of those guys, you give me a 2 weeks vacation, I will stretch out that 2 weeks for 4 weeks. Somehow or another, I will
Oh,
stretch it
I
out.
yep, definitely you will.
So, yeah, I think too with traveling expenses, be very flexible. Like, you're just saying if you can fly it on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, uh, just be flexible with that. If you're not dire emergency that you need to get there and it's going to save you $100 to have a layover, do a layover. You get to check out a airport in a new city or something. So it's kind of neat. I,
Right.
you know, I like that myself, especially when we like go out of the country, whatever. Um, it depends. I'll actually book my flights layover. If I'm gonna have to have a layover, I will book my layover in a city that I haven't been to, or if that's not an option, to a city that I know and what kind of restaurants or
Or
stuff that
in
they
there.
have.
Right.
Yeah, so like I like going to the Houston Hobby Airport because they have a restaurant there that has like the best freaking cheeseburgers. They're so good. It's a chili cheese cheeseburger, and
Gosh,
I kid you not, I bet you, you and Dave, Kim, and I can probably eat off of one burger, it's so big.
my gosh.
It's huge.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I'll do that. So it's kinda cool to be able to do stuff like that, and just be really flexible. You get to see different stuff, and, who knows, you might meet somebody that you would have never met, so I believe that, and I believe that you're placed in different scenarios for different reasons. So take it for a grain of salt, but that's my belief. Uh, yeah. The other one is flexibility. Traveling on holidays, fly on actual holidays like Christmas days and Thanksgiving can be significantly cheaper on the actual day of the holiday.
Itself, because yeah, people wanna be there before that day. Yeah, I think we flew many years ago, we actually flew on Thanksgiving to, Orlando when we were going to Disney, and so we actually flew on Thanksgiving instead, 'cause the airport wasn't as busy because people already were wherever they wanted to be. Nobody wants
Right.
to be traveling on that holiday.
Yeah. So I just got pulled this up. Flying on Wednesday, midweek flights, especially on Tuesday and Wednesday, are often less expensive.
So, yeah,
Kind of thought that's what I remember reading
that's what
somewhere.
yeah, that's what it seems like it has been.
Yeah. So,
But then
and
I
then
always I know sometimes it's hard to get up super early for the early morning flights, but
those are the
those are
best.
obviously the cheaper, and sometimes there's not a lot of people in them, so you can get a whole row to yourself.
Yeah.
So, there has been times where Jackson and I got, a super early flight, and he's up early anyway, so it didn't really bother us that much,
Right.
and we had nobody sitting next to us in our row behind us or in front of us, so, like, we just had, like, part of the plane by ourselves, like,
That's pretty
so
nice.
that's nice too. You could even, take a nap, drink coffee, whatever you wanna do, but then you'll get to your destination way earlier and still have the rest of the day to do whatever it is that you wanted to do. You might need extra coffee later, but hey, you got there at least
Yeah.
early. And then I feel like too, earlier flights are less chances of delays because you're usually in the beginning of the flights of the airplanes, the going different places. Later the flights, the more you could get delayed, is what I've noticed too.
Yeah, for sure. That's true. Generally pretty true. I've learned that when we used to travel a lot for work, that we would always take early flights. I mean, we got paid to fly.
Well,
They paid
right,
us, but whether we were layover or whatever the case is, but the earlier flights there was less chance of having delays. So, and I liked it because we were able to fly out, get to our destination, and then go to go
so
to
you go
work.
to work, right?
Yeah, go ahead and evaluate what we have to do for the next couple of days or whatever the case was.
Right.
So it was kind of nice. So I like doing that. My wife absolutely hates. She
Early morning
despises.
ones.
Oh yeah, she despises leaving early morning. She's like, "Why?" She's like, "It's only $100 to fly out later." And I'm like, "Yeah, but it's $100 more." I'm
Yeah,
like, and here's the other thing too, especially when you're going on vacation, like to a resort or whatever, wherever, you're already paying for that room.
it's not, yeah,
Start So why get there late? Let's go ahead and enjoy the full day because you check in, you get to start using all the amenities, right?
right.
So I'm like, let's just get there and we get there and have lunch and have a drink and then, get changed, go in the pool or go out in the ocean or, go walk around, whatever the case is. So it's kind of nice yeah, I enjoy getting there early. Um,
Right.
yeah. And then booking flights, if you're flexible to, book them 6, 12 weeks out
Oh, yeah,
for your
definitely.
destination,
Yeah.
so
Earlier the better. Makes sense.
and then you can sign up for the different airlines as well too, to have, emails sent to you with special travel deals,
Right. Yeah.
and if you're a person that doesn't have many credit cards and got a decent or good credit score, you can sign up for a credit card that gives you a good travel reward points too, so
Mhm. Yeah, you can take advantage of that.
yeah, and if you're gonna do that, and use a credit card to travel, do a lot of traveling with, I recommend, and it's not just for holidays, but just in general budget wise, I recommend using that credit card for to pay for all your bills. You're gonna get gas anyways throughout the week. You're gonna buy groceries. You're gonna get, pay your cell phone bill, your cable bill, your water bill, or just everyday living expenses. Use your credit card and just pay it off at the end of the month, and then you get reward points. So it's just like it's a no-brainer. I use it to pay for stuff throughout the year, and then my wife's got her credit card, I got mine, and if we're gonna buy something in the house, we use this one credit card, but I try to use the one I'm gonna buy for my stuff that I buy.
Normal things, yeah.
Yeah, my normal things, my toys or whatever, car parts. Um, and I use that to buy my stuff. And at the end of the year, like right now, I think I got like I think like 400 something dollars in reward points through one of my Amazon cards. So I was like, well, it's just free budget money for Christmas presents. So
Right, yeah.
yeah, use that. Let me see. The other one is compare instead of getting a round trip ticket, get a look at one way tickets. Just buy two of them, one each way.
I would say, yeah, I've done that before for going to, mom and dad's, the instead of the round trip, it's like, "Oh, wait, no, this is cheaper if you buy it this way."
I do recommend one thing though. When you're doing buying one way tickets, if you're gonna fly international, do not do this. This is gonna tie you up in customs. Because they're gonna see that
Oh,
you only have a one way ticket and they think you're gonna stay there.
right.
So
That's a good
do
point.
not
Yeah.
do this. I mean, if you don't mind the hassle, then go
No, thank
ahead.
you. Right.
But uh, that's somewhere where I'm gonna spend extra money.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
you don't wanna be stuck
I'm the
in
one that's gonna get hassled. So I'm like,
you definitely are, so, yeah, you
yeah,
don't wanna be stuck in the customs and then miss your flight or something like that and be stuck there longer.
yeah. So always be prepared on that. I've actually had my watch. I'm not gonna say stolen, but it wasn't in my basket when I went through security. I think we're coming back from Mexico somewhere. I can't remember, but I
Oh,
think
yeah.
we're coming back from there. And your basket goes through the X-ray scanner thing. When it came
Right.
through, my watch was gone, and I made it really loud and obvious that
It
there
was
was
gone.
something wrong. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, security came over there and they're like, "Hey, what's going on?" Blah blah blah. And I told them, I go, "My watch is gone." I go, "And I know I put it in there."
Right.
They're like, "Well, you sure?" And I'm like, "I'm really sure." I go, "Somebody took it." So they went through the video footage and where I placed the tray in there and it started going across. They actually seen somebody take it out.
My gosh.
But they're what they told me is they took it out because they wanted to inspect it.
Uh, uh-huh.
So I'm like, okay, whatever. But I got it back. But
Right,
yeah, I mean,
but, yeah, it's
mm,
definitely panic mode for
yeah,
sure.
just be vigilant of what items you
You're
put in there
bringing
and
yeah.
you're bringing. So um, I'm really big on putting my wallet and car keys in one pocket of my backpack. Usually when I travel anywhere, I take my backpack. So I put everything in there. Stuff that I'm not going to use often, I'll put it in that one secret, not really secret, but inside. You have to go through three
Right.
zippers to get to, or two
To get
zippers to get to it.
right, a more secure spot.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
do that. And, it's just to have a backpack to travel. It's definitely the way to go because you can have your snacks and stuff like that too.
Your snacks, an extra pair of clothes just in case your suitcase goes missing, it doesn't make it to your destination.
Because during the
Extra
holidays, you just don't know what's going to happen,
right, you have to
especially
kinda
winter.
prepare for it just in case. So
And now we're dealing with this whole government shutdown. So they're talking about holiday travel already going to have issues because, if they don't open the government back up, talking about start having issues of people not getting paid and they're not going to want to work on holidays if they're not getting
right,
paid.
yeah,
And
all the
so,
TSA workers, so yeah, they'll definitely make the lines longer, more
right.
aggravation.
So just kind
So
of Pack your patience.
Yep. Just be ready. Hey, put an AirPod in, listen to music, just whatever you need to do just to
Even
chill
better
and
than
just
that,
wait.
listen to Two Voices, One Life podcast.
Hey, download it. Listen to it while you wait.
You can listen to it while you wait. And that's something else that's pretty neat. Hopefully, you're listening to us or watching us, but you can download it on whatever device you have and
Mhm.
watch it on a plane without Wi Fi.
Yep, or in the car or wherever you're traveling. Yes, you could totally download it.
You just download them and watch them. And it's a good way to pass some time. And who knows, you might learn something. Or,
Or just entertainment for you.
yeah, you're probably like, oh my God, these two again. But we're just true people. We're not nothing special. We're not, you know,
Special, not that
you
kind.
say that. Um, yeah. um, we just may learn something and have at least a laugh out of something that we say. So just kind of take it for what we have. We're true people. We're not fake or trying to be somebody else. We're not. We're not perfect. We're all learning. Um, so just take it for that and spread the kindness and love with everybody that you run into, especially in the holidays. Yeah. One other thing I did want to share that may help everybody else too is I know this is kind of going outside of the holiday getting ready stuff season, but I was actually outside yesterday of my home, kind of just looking at things and kind of started getting winterizing per se. And I usually disconnect my water hose, and just leave it at that. Well, I actually unrolled it and let all the water drain from it, right? So I was doing that. And then I went to go turn the faucet to turn the water off as water was running. Say, I actually want to flush out the spigot outside. So
Right.
I turned the water on as well. And when I went to go turn it off, it wouldn't turn off.
Oh, no.
Yes. So I'm like, well, I'm glad it's 83 degrees outside because
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
And so I actually had to come in. I got on my outdoor water spigots, I've got inside the house, I've got a shut off valve. So I just came
Right,
inside, turned it off. I'm like, well, I know what I got to do this weekend or tomorrow or whatever. So,
right. You have a job to do.
but yeah, you kind of look at that. So, if you have a couple of minutes right now when it's not freezing out, take a look at it, just check stuff out.
Right,
So
yeah. Check.
do that. Yeah. And then, the other thing is, winter is coming. So, and holidays, be prepared, um, mentally, emotionally, physically for these days. Brings a lot of stress to us, to people. So be
Right,
ready for
yeah.
that.
Yes.
Um, and then also people, I want to bring this out and I'm going to keep on or not keep on, but I want to really drive this to a lot of people, make a point out of this, I guess. People are coming over to your home for gatherings or not gatherings, just you and your family. When you put food out on a counter for everybody to enjoy and snack on and this and that, if it's a food product that needs to be refrigerated, make sure you're keeping that item refrigerated or it cooled. Putting a sour cream bowl inside of another bowl of ice is not sufficient. It's not worth making yourself, your family, or loved ones sick or driving them to the hospital. It is not worth it. So if you have, I mean, a lot of people like for the holidays put shrimp out and cocktail sauce and stuff like that, and I've been at parties where the shrimp have sat out for hours
Yeah.
and I've actually gone and grabbed one thinking, well, it'll be all right. And they were cold. They were still cold, but the actual outside of the shrimp was like dry. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to eat this. So,
Yeah.
um, you get done eating, I don't know specifically, like, what the time is.
Yeah, I would
It's
say
kinda
there's
just a
different
judge.
times for, like, different kinds of food I've read for meats and dairy products that should go in the fridge within a certain amount of time. I don't know those, times either, but usually, yeah, after you eat some appetizers and everybody had their share, just put it away and then, go on with the next one, and after everybody had their meal with that one, again, put it away so you can
Always drag it back out.
enjoy the leftovers, not have to throw them out.
Right, right. And this is a definitely a good time before we get into the heavy eating holidays, is go through your refrigerator and check your expiration dates on all of your products that are in there. If it says that it's gonna expire the end of October and you don't think you're gonna use it again, throw it out.
Yep,
Throw it out. Uh, Same thing with the stuff in your pantry. Most canned goods last for centuries, it
long
seems
time,
like.
yeah,
Yeah, but, throw it out. I would much rather spend an extra $200 on groceries for the end of that month than after spending thousands of dollars with ER bills or possibly lose somebody's life.
food poisoning, yeah,
It's absolutely not worth it, people. Don't do this to your loved ones. If you truly and honestly love your people that are around you, then take this seriously. It can make people really sick. And I stress this not because I actually seen this for my own eyes, but I was one of those victims many years ago where I got really sick because I decided that, oh, the cheese has got mold on it. Well, I'll just cut that part off and I'll eat it. And I was like 1 foot in a grave. I felt like it was
yeah.
absolutely horrible. Do
Nobody wants
not
to feel
do
that way,
this. Yeah.
especially, yeah, during the time that's supposed to be fun and enjoying all these events. You don't wanna feel like that.
It's just not, it's not worth it, people. You know, like I said, I'd rather spend $200 at the end of the month on more groceries than spend $1,000 of ER bills or just this pain and suffering through it, you know?
Yeah, nobody wants
So,
to be sitting in the toilet all day long.
right, exactly. So, I hate to get so bold on this and so straightforward, but I take this very seriously. It is absolutely not worth it. That's it. I'm not going to say anything else about it. I swear. Uh, but yeah, just be vigilant on that. Just if it needs to be in the fridge, eat whatever you're gonna eat, and yeah, if you're gonna have appetizers, that's cool. If it sits out for a little bit, put it back in the fridge for a little while. You can always drag it back out. So,
Right. Yeah, definitely.
and getting into Halloween or going through Halloween, coming from that, whether you're just going to be going trick or treating or getting back from trick or treating, whatever case is, go through the candy
Yes.
or whatever items, go through it, people. Our world is in a pretty screwed up place right now, sick, twisted.
Sick people.
Yeah. So, just go through it. If you have any doubt in your mind, throw it out. I know that a lot of walk-in clinics and hospitals usually donate time to x-ray stuff.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
So, yeah. So just kind of do, if you want to be extra safe and do it. That's probably the best thing to do. So,
Right.
obviously x-ray is not going to see if it's glass or something like that, but that was,
Right. Or drugs on there, but
yeah. So just kind of be safe about it. And I'm not really sure, but I've heard that you can actually go to a firehouse and they'll inspect it for you as well. So that's what I've heard. I haven't physically seen this or read about it per se, but that's what I've heard through different platforms.
good to know. I know that
Yeah.
a while last year or the year before, I know one of the wrappers for one of the candy, people thought it changed, but it was actually, somebody that was putting drugs in it, and they made their own wrappers.
What?
So, yeah, I don't remember what candy it was, but it's crazy. So, yeah, just make sure you check your stuff before you are excited to eat all your candy.
I don't understand these people. I don't understand it.
Yeah, it's sad, but just yeah,
Just
look
go
at
through it. Make sure you have a flashlight or some kind of
glow
uh,
sticks or
glow stick is the word I was looking for. Yeah. Put it on your child. It's something else I'm going to stress very much, even with traveling. If you have an iPhone or newer, smarter phone, put a tracking device on your child. Put a tracking device on your child. A child can disappear
in a
quick.
second. Yeah.
And, in the airport, there's so much moving around and people here and there. You just don't know what the sickness of these people are. And there's probably people out there just preying on lonely kid that got lost. So,
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
um, yeah, put a tracking device on them. I personally, I don't have any young ones and haven't had any young ones where I was able to put tracking devices. We didn't have that then. But I know, like, in my jeans, it's got that little pocket on the side, it's got
Yeah.
your main pocket, and it's got a little one. Stick a little tracking device in there, you
Yeah,
know?
there or I've read too, like in the in underneath the sole of the shoes, you can cut a little hole and put them in there. I mean, I personally haven't done any of that yet, but I've thought about it for sure.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
so,
scary world.
yeah, another place to put I use air tags, um, your keys, wallet, backpack, wife, and child. I mean, uh, you just don't know.
Yeah,
People are sick, twisted people. So,
fortunately,
just
it's kinda scary.
yeah, so we've got to bring. We're just trying. I'm trying to be as truthful, and I'm sure as Lisa is too, as honest as we can. But um, I want to bring out the bad as well with because it
Right.
happens.
It's
So
not to be scary, but it's just what real life is. You got your head
yeah,
is always gonna be on a swivel. Um, last the last time I flew, I brought my son with me, and I didn't have a stroller anymore. He's kinda too big for that, so he was walking, and that was the most terrifying trip I've ever experienced because he was attached to me definitely, like, I wasn't had a leash, but his hand was on my pants, on my jeans, touching something. I was constantly on his clothes. If I was paying for something, he was definitely in front of me, not on the sides, behind, nothing like there. I did not, and on my head was constantly looking around, being aware of the people around me. Is anybody following me? And like, yeah, that might sound kind of psychotic or like anxiety, but you just don't know because, like you said, especially in the airports are so busy that one blink, look down in your purse, and then your kid could be gone. So, or your family member, brother, sister, wife, what husband, whatever, anybody, not just little kids, but obviously it's
have a buddy
easier.
system at the airport's really positive. Have
Mhm.
a buddy. So
Yeah, if you
that's the way
can,
to it. Yeah,
definitely.
just even right now during the holiday season when people are out shopping and stuff, when you're walking
Mhm.
out of the store, keep your head on a swivel, guys. Um, I'm gonna bring a scary moment in, or up rather. So about 2 months ago, I was outside detailing my wife's truck, washing it. I got it all cleaned up, and then I started polishing, doing the buffing, compound, the whole thing. Anyways, as I was going through it, I took the front wheel off to clean inside the wheel well real good, and there was a tracking device stuck to the inside of the vehicle or the wheel well. I immediately pulled it off and put it on the concrete and smashed it with the hammer
Right.
immediately.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
definitely.
so what people are doing is they're putting these devices on, especially when they see a female, I would say,
Alone, yeah.
alone, right? Um, they don't want to attack you while you're in the parking lot of a big store. So
No,
they
there's
put
too
these
many
tracking
people
devices,
there.
too many people, right? So they put these tracking devices and they'll just track to where their home is at and they can do it there. Either
Yep.
break in or maybe they didn't want nothing to do with her. They just wanted to steal her car.
Her car or items that, "Oh, wait, she has this kinda car, let me go
Right.
check what they have."
So
Right.
keep your head on a swivel at all times. It's just, yeah.
Yeah,
We
you
we
really
live in
just
a
don't know anymore. It's
You really don't. So just kind of take that, for instance, and there was a lady, a husband and a wife that just got attacked at their home Wednesday night, I think it was, here in the Nashville area. Um, there was two, I'm gonna call them thugs, followed them home from eating dinner, and when they got to their house, they pulled into the garage, put the car in drive or in park. As soon as the car goes in park, it automatically unlocks the doors. That's a feature you need to turn off. You shouldn't unlock your doors until you're ready to get out. So what I'm getting at is if you're going to be getting out, it's already in park, you're going to be getting out, and you're going to hit the unlock button, look
mhm,
in your mirrors.
yeah.
Look in your mirrors. But unfortunately, these people actually lived and they're okay. The wife did get raped, so it's really scary. And all they wanted was cash in the car. That's all they wanted.
Like, just take that instead.
Right.
Why
So yeah, they beat the
all that?
husband, they beat the wife, raped her, and took the car. So it's scary. So just keep your head on where I'm not trying to scare you guys, but I want to let you know what the real thing and what's going on in our world. Keep your head on a swivel, and if you're going to go anywhere out in public, especially during big gathering locations, airports, malls, whatever, have a buddy go with you to the bathroom or walk through the parking lot, especially if it's late at night or later on. Have a buddy with you. Okay. I love you guys for tuning in and watching
Yes,
and
thank you,
listening.
and listening to us. We have fun doing these, so we hope you guys enjoy listening to us ramble on about different things. I am going to put up some recipes that we want to share
Yeah.
with you guys for the holidays. Some side dishes, I think, and definitely some desserts because those who can't go wrong with just some good desserts. They'll be though on our Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook page. That's where you can find those.
Okay. And if you tune in all the way to the end of the video, or if you're watching it, um, or even listening to it, we have an audio of all of our platforms that we're on. And if you want to actually see on how it's spelled or whatever, you can see the video portion of it, and it'll be on there. Okay. Thank you for tuning in to us. And you can download all of our episodes and watch them or listen to them on a flight or while you're traveling.
Yep.
Thank you all.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a great one. Happy holidays.
See you next Wednesday.
See you next Wednesday. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you guys for always supporting our show. Please subscribe and review on Apple Podcasts. Follow and rate on Spotify or subscribe on YouTube. 2 Voices, 1 Life Podcast. That's the number 2 Voices, 1 Life Podcast. Don't forget to follow us on our Instagram and TikTok. That's 2V1 Life Podcast. Also, our Facebook, 2 Voices, 1 Life Podcast. We hope you guys have a great week and catch the new episode next Wednesday. Bye.